All right. Welcome to the first episode of the General Admission Podcast. We are here in GA, looking at the stage, not really, the figurative stage of our audience. My name is Nick, and I'm here with Brett. Say hi, Brett.
Hi, Brett.
So we're here to talk to you guys about just all music news, anything kind of music related. And we figured we talk about this stuff all the time, so why not try recording it and see what happens?
And we've been talking about it for almost a decade now. So
Yeah, yeah, really. It has been a decade. Me and Brett went to college together. We met there, and we I guess you guys don't need our whole life story just yet. We'll get there in good time. Um, but yeah, so here we are. Brett, what have you been listening to lately?
so this week it's been a big Alexis is on Fire week because they're back. They're releasing their first new album since 2009 in June, and I'm really excited. And I fell down the This is Alexis on Fire Spotify rabbit hole today, just going spanning all their releases and just getting myself all hyped up
Oh
to
wow.
finally get back to some new Alexis on Fire full length, which we haven't had, like I said, for many, many years. And it was really relatively unknown if we'd ever get another new release from them, at least aside from the singles they put out. But so this is really exciting. And this new single is awesome. So
So
I'm very, very hyped.
it's Alexis on fire or Alex is on fire? Because I've always wondered this and I've always been too afraid to
So
ask.
at first I was calling it Alex is on Fire too. And then somebody corrected me and said it's Alexis is on fire or
Ale-
Alexis on Fire. There we go.
oh, Alexis is on fire. There's an extra is in the
there's
middle.
there's two is in there now.
Oh wow. They're gonna have to change their merch.
They should have thought
Oh
that out a little bit more, like put some spaces in, or maybe the point is that there is no spaces, so it's all
yeah.
Alexis on Fire.
A little like capitalization with no spaces, like computer programmers do. The camel case, it's
Camel
called.
case.
I saw those guys a few months ago. I guess it was a little longer than that. I saw them open for Breaking Benjamin in Montclair at the Wilmot, and that was quite the throwback show. But I never really listened to a ton of Alexis is on fire. I'm still unsure, even though we just talked about it. They killed it live though. They were great.
They are just like, they were one of those bands you hear for like the first time and you just get hooked in immediately. Like I was drawn in by Dallas Green's vocals, and of course he went on to have a successful solo career with City and Color, and that's what he's been doing since this time where they broke up.
uh,
But now they've been back together. But now it feels official now that they're actually putting out a full length instead of just releasing like the odd the one-off single here and there. But
yeah, because I feel like I've heard them on Octane, like on Sirius, and usually Octane is like the newer stuff, and they definitely had a single out when I saw them a few months ago, but there wasn't
it was
any
like
talk of
Familiar
like,
Drugs, I think
yeah,
was maybe what it was called.
yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, they were really good live though. They brought it. They had that energy, which I always like, and you could tell like when a band's into it, unlike Breaking Benjamin, who was not very into it.
Uh-oh.
I'm a little
Well, isn't
salty.
like isn't there like one original member left and it's just it's like the singer,
Yeah, it's
right?
just Ben, and he. I get the vibe. He thinks he's like hot shit. I mean,
That's right, his name is Ben. So
if you're listening, come on to discuss. but but yeah, I don't know.
those are some great albums back in the day though,
Oh
when
my
they were a
god.
full band.
Yeah, it was We Are Not Alone, Phobia, and there was one other in there. The one with Dire of Jane, whatever that one was. Unless that was
I'm
Phobia.
blanking right now.
Yeah, I don't remember either, but man, I used to love them. I used to see them with like 3 Days Grace
I'm
all the
gonna go
time.
down the Breaking Benjamin rabbit hole now after this pod, probably.
It's a good rabbit hole. They still put out good music. It's just like it's not much different than their old music, so it's like why not just listen to the old music that has nostalgia? Because nostalgia is a powerful drug.
which we'll discuss many times on this podcast, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's funny. I was talking to Nicole about the pod before, and she was saying like,
Ex wife.
Nick's, yes, my lovely wife. Hi, Nicole. Hopefully, you're our first listener. Um, she was saying like, when you guys introduce yourselves, you should name like, your top like three favorite bands. And I started thinking about that. I'm like, I don't even know how I would begin. Like, we might have to sit on that one and come back to it. But
It's a really hard question. Like people think it's like an easy question to ask people, but like if you
yeah,
listen to like a ton, it kind of like it depends on the week who your three favorites are.
that's what I told her. I said it's a rotating cast, and then if you try to go overall, it's like where do you put your stock? Like, is it your favorite band that you think is like the best, like talent wise, or is it just that band that makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside because you've been listening to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket since you were like 10 years old? So, like,
Longevity is definitely a factor though. If I had to narrow it down to three, that would be one of the factors I'd.
yeah, yeah, because Nicole was saying like some of her favorite bands used to be like Boys Night Out and what else did she have in there? Like Seosin. She's like, they don't really do much anymore, so she, like, probably wouldn't put them at the top these days.
Which is
It's
sad because they kind of fall down your list when they go away because you forget about them because they're not in your
yeah,
life every day anymore, but in your face with new music.
yeah. But you'll always have those early albums to put on and take you back to those days. So that's pretty
That
nice.
nostalgia.
Yep. That's why I appreciate Rise Against so much. I'm looking at their poster behind my laptop right now because they give me nostalgia and they still put out awesome albums, which is a beautiful thing. Not many bands can do it that long.
No, but that reminds you, I have to get my ticket for that show soon at the
Yes.
Pony with the
Yes.
used.
And Census Fail.
Oh, that's right. I forgot they're on
Yeah.
that.
I saw I saw someone describe it as the tour of singers who can't scream anymore. And it kind of offended me a little bit.
I was gonna say, is Tim in that category?
I don't think so. I mean, see him every year practically, and I don't get the vibe that he can't scream anymore.
I mean, it's
Um,
definitely less and rolled back, but it's not. I don't think that it's that he can't.
yeah, yeah.
Bert and the
He's still
Used,
got
on the other hand, I think he
it.
like destroyed his vocal cords. So I think that one's probably true.
Yes, that's probably true. And I don't know if Buddy from Census Fail
Yeah, I don't
ever
think he
could
can
scream
either.
consistently. He has their albums are great. I never saw him live back in the day. I don't think. Maybe at like Bamboozle or Warped ones, but I know there's some rough videos of him trying to scream live. It's uncomfortable.
Didn't they open for Sum 41 when we saw them a couple years ago?
Oh yeah.
I just forgot how they were though. I
Someone
don't
was
know if that's a
doing
good thing.
someone was doing an album tour. I don't know if it was them or some 41. It
That
would
does this look infected?
uh
Is that were they doing
yeah,
that on that tour?
yeah, I
Maybe
think you're right. Yeah, because we would have
Chuck.
if Census Fail played like a whole early album, I think we would have remembered that.
Let it unfold you.
I was one of that album. When I heard Buried Alive for the first time, I think I listened to it on repeat for like a week.
Oh yeah,
Oh man. And then
and you
Calling
hear like
All
NJ
Cars.
Falls in the Atlantic, and then you're just hooked.
Yeah. Lady in a Blue Dress. Irony of Dying on Your Birthday. The Screams. That was like
Yep.
early
Rum is
entry
for
to
drinking.
streaming. Ah,
Yep.
that's gonna be a great show. What a lineup. Remember we saw the Used at the Warped anniversary and he just like started like quoting Shakespeare for 5 minutes.
He did. Yep. And
I
the
love
guitarist
that.
does all the screaming now.
Oh, that's cool. They I like how they work it in. Like
So
they
he
keep
he,
the
he handed
screams,
off
you
that
know?
duty.
Yeah. You got to keep the screams because we saw I don't know if you came to Silverstein a few years ago, but Hawthorne Heights opened and
I don't
Hawthorne
think I was
Heights
at that
like
show.
their screamer after the first two albums, like he died like tragically in a car accident or something, and they never really replaced the screams, which always disappointed me as a fan because that was one of the things that drew me to them.
Wait, so how do they play the songs live then?
Um, someone was screaming live now that you mention it, but I don't remember much screaming on albums that they made after he passed. It's like I don't know if bands change, but I like them for the screams because screaming is fun.
Streaming can be very fun.
I've been listening to Pup a lot, getting ready for that show.
I got to get ready for that one soon. I'm waiting for the new album in what's it, 2 weeks now?
I think so. I think
April
beginning of
1st?
April. Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm,
Is
I'm
that a
very
Friday?
ready. I kind of slept on Morbid Stuff when it came out, but for the past month I've been listening to it like nonstop, and it's so
Morbid
good.
stuff is great.
It's so
So
good.
it was the dream is over,
Yeah,
right? The
that's
second album.
with DVP or whatever.
If this tour doesn't kill you, I will.
Yes. Uh they're I feel like they're top of the game right now in the genre because they just their guitar, their whole instrumentals are amazing, and then their lyrics are awesome. Um, he's got a voice that kind of grows on you at first, but man, they're just I can't wait to see them. They're gonna bring some energy.
Have you seen them before?
No, no, I haven't.
This will be my first time too.
I think I was supposed to see him at like Crossroads once, and I got sick and missed it.
Oh no.
And I've still never been to that venue, which is kind of crazy because it's pretty close to me.
It might be one of my favorite venues, honestly, after seeing the Menzingers there.
It's just
It's like seeing your favorite band in like a living room. Like how often do you
wow,
get to like say that, you know?
not often. Because even like Starland is pretty big. I mean,
This is like
it's still a
a
club,
quarter of
but
the size of Starland, it feels like.
uh what are so you think Crossroads your favorite venue?
Right now, if I had to rank, I think it's up there.
The
Close to the
small
pony.
the smaller the better,
That's a,
ladies.
exactly. The motion of
Yeah.
the ocean.
The pony's good one. The summer stage in
Summer
particular.
stage probably better than the
Yeah,
indoor part, I'd say, right?
inside's kind of just like your standard like club venue,
Yeah.
but the
Summer
summer
stage is
stage
awesome though.
when the sun's setting on like the opening band and like the ocean's behind you, it's a
And you
beautiful
can't see
place.
what's on stage
No, not
for
at
a good
all.
half hour.
Which seems to be like always Kill Switch because every time we see Rise Against, Kill Switch opens.
Not gonna complain about that though.
No, they might be a band I've unintentionally seen the most because
Because they're always opening for someone.
they're always opening for Rise Against. I go to Disturbed shows with my uncle decent amount. They open for them a lot. Um, Shinedown back in the day, I feel like they were on. Remember that Carnival of Madness tour? I think we were both
They
at
were
that.
they were on that, right?
Were they?
Maybe.
I don't know. Now I'm
It
drawing a
feels
blank.
like they were.
I think they were. I think it was
Or was
them,
that a oh no, that
Shinedown.
was the it was like a monster festival.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uproar?
Yes.
There we go.
Yeah. Uh
I forget it was them and it was I think it was Disturb and Kill Switch.
yeah, they must be friends. You could tell. And then I saw Slipknot this past summer and Killswitch opened for them.
I
So
still have yet to see Slipknot, which they're pretty high up on the list now.
it was wild. I don't listen to a ton of Slipknot. Not like knocking them or anything. I never listened to them a ton. Like, I knew like Wait and Bleed and like Snuff, great song. What else they got? I don't know. But like the popular ones. And
Duality.
yes, yeah. I push my fingers.
Yep, that one.
But yeah, they were like an event. Like it felt
Like
bigger
all
than
9 of
just
them.
it was wild. They had 2 floors to the stage, and they had like all these like weird fans. And then they just had this one guy. He might have been a keyboard player, but when he wasn't playing keyboard, he was in like kind of like this like bodysuit looking thing, almost like Maynard. Like he's in like this weird bodysuit, and he would just like creep around the stage like some weird like zombie ghost and just fuck with other members of the band.
Was
It
he
was
carrying a baseball bat?
I don't think he was carrying a baseball bat. but they
I know
were
one of them would just hit a garbage can with a baseball bat, and that was like his instrument pretty much.
the amount of drummers they had up there. I'm sure one of them was probably baseball bat designated. They had, is it two like war drums on the side, and then this big drum set in the middle. And then like they're all wearing these clown masks. It was awesome. It was a very cool show.
I got to go next time they come around.
Yeah, they're touring now actually, but so many tours got announced at once that like I had to.
It's hard to
start.
keep up now.
Yeah, I feel like when like March gets here or like spring starts kind of knocking, everyone starts announcing tours. And it's not that the shows are all at the same time, but the tickets go on sale at the same time. And you have to buy them when they go on sale. Or like you're just like leaving it up to the resale market, which can be a disaster. But
Somehow worse than Ticketmaster, which is hard to do, but
dude, Ticketmaster owns everything. My friend was complaining about the See Here Now tickets, and I forget the ticket company. He's like, "Oh, Ticketmaster, blah blah blah." It's like this isn't Ticketmaster. And then I googled the company, and it's Ticketmaster.
yeah,
Ticketmaster Live Nation.
they're like a monopoly pretty much.
Yeah, yeah. It just I think everyone can relate that when you're buying $60 tickets and paying like 30 on top, it kind of hurts your soul.
I think it's like more now. Like Ticketmaster single-handedly scared me off from seeing Foo Fighters this summer.
Dude, me
Because
too.
tickets were like 75. I'm like 75, not bad. Then the final it came out to like 150. I was like, how is this like
Ridiculous.
like how are you adding another ticket onto my ticket?
Yeah, yeah, that's
Fees.
nonsense. And they don't even mail shit out anymore. You don't get tickets. You like what are these
It's all the
fees?
app, right?
Yeah, or just I don't know, put the real price in up front, and then at least I could like not get disappointed as fast. Or like have it drawn out.
Yeah, just like be open with people.
Yeah. Um
They'll
even
pay anyway. Just at least tell them at the beginning.
yeah. Yeah, because if I mentally commit to a number, I'm gonna do it. But then if that number doubles between, step 3 and 4 of checkout. Speaking of, I still have those really expensive My Chem tickets, and one of them is still yours if you want it, because now you're not getting married because this show's been put off for 3 years.
It's true. And Midtown is gonna be are you going to the
Yeah.
Midtown one or the
Midtown.
who's the other opener?
Thursday's the other day.
That's
which
right.
I was a little bummed that I wasn't going to the Thursday show. And then speaking of who we've been listening to, I've been listening to a ton of Midtown. I don't know how I missed these guys. They're a Jersey band, came up in the early 2000s, and they're just like awesome pop punk. And I just
That-
never really knew they existed.
I'm trying to remember the name of the album. It's like there's like a girl on the cover. It's like red. I think she's at like a
Yes.
bar or something.
Yeah, I'll tell you right now because I have it open. Forget What You Know. Nope, that's
Yep.
the other one. Oh,
Or no.
okay. There's Forget What You Know, and then there's Living Well is the Best Revenge.
That's
the
the
one
Yep,
with the
that's
girl
it.
at the
Yep,
bar.
that's the one.
That one
Is phenomenal from front to back.
yes, yeah. I was talking to my friend, and she said that's the one to listen to. And then the other one is really good too. The song Give It Up. I recognized and realized it was from Madden 2004, I want to say. But
Low key had great soundtracks back in the day.
yeah, all those games, all those sports games, even a couple snowboarding games had really
Tony
good
Hawk,
soundtrack.
of course.
Oh yeah, Tony Hawk was like the OG for good music. They introduced me to a ton of stuff, as
Oh,
did
yeah.
most people.
Goldfinger.
Yeah, Goldfinger, Less Than Jake, Disturbed, Primus. There's
Alkaline
so
Trio.
much random stuff. Yeah, this song, Give It Up. Midtown, I was listening to them. I'm like, this band gives me nostalgia, and I didn't listen to them 20 years ago. And they still give me nostalgia because they just sound that like they
Of
have
that
that
time.
2000, yeah.
They're
And
almost
then-
less than Jakey a little bit. If that's an
yeah.
adjective, but
No, I agree 100%. It's like they're kind of like Less Than Jake, but instead of like leaning ska, they lean a little more like punk.
yeah,
But the voice is very similar.
more Newfound Glory than ska.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's also touring? All of self-titled, I want to say. I
Or is
think
it Sticks and
self-titled.
Stones, I think,
Or
right?
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We already self-titled already happened.
I'm torn on that one because I feel like I've seen them play that album in full like so many times now.
See,
Because
I
they
haven't
did a
seen it.
10-year, they did like their 25-year tour as a band, and they played that in full along with like their other albums.
Yeah, that was cool because you could just pick the shows with the albums you wanted.
And they mix it up too. It's not like they went like front to back with each one. Like they mixed them all together in the set, which
Yeah,
is awesome.
that was very interesting because you go see like an album, usually, they play the album front to back. Uh, it was an interesting choice. I'd love to ask them like why, or like, because it's got to be hard to remember all those songs and then you throw them in a wacky order. I
And
don't
they
know how
play
they
them like
do it.
every night on tour, like songs you haven't played in like years.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. And um, is Sum 41 definitely doing all killer and no filler on this tour? Because you told me this, but I feel like I haven't seen it anywhere, and
I think I read that on Brooklyn. Was it Brooklyn Vegan?
I really want it to be
Right?
true. So I
Like
haven't
they're,
searched. Just take your word for it.
I want to say I'm like 90% sure they are because it is its 20-year anniversary.
Oh man,
And then it's also the 20-year of like no helmets, no pads, just balls for Simple Plan. So
yes,
they're supposed to be playing that in full too.
that would be good. That's an album I didn't think I listened to very much, and then I looked at the track list, and I'm like, I know
Yep.
more than half of these songs. it's a that was like a staple album back in
A
the
little
day.
less relatable now, a little less bitter teenage angst
Yeah.
in our age now, but still a good album.
Oh yeah. It's funny. We were listening to we put the new Avril Lavigne album on, and Nicole was like hating hard.
Really? I thought she'd like
And
it.
so her reasoning is Avril Lavigne is nearly 40 with the kid, and she's like, boys stink, they lie, la la la. And she just like feels like it's kind of insincere, which I kind of get that vibe now that she says it. And the songs are good.
I
But
didn't think
then
about it that way.
but then you wonder like, are they just trying to cash in? I don't know. I don't know. It's tough. It's it's tough.
I'm starting to think about that one a little differently now. I mean, I
Cause
still liked it a lot, but
because there's I feel like you could break it down into like kind of three sections. You have music that's, or let's say lyrics that's really sincere and from the heart, and you could tell it's just super genuine. And then you have lyrics that are just fun. Like think of like a lot of Blink songs. Like they're not trying to like write some crazy like perspective on life. They're just like, I'm going on my first date and I can't wait. Like it's nothing crazy, but it's still, they're just trying to make a fun song. But now there's this third where I feel like people are just copying the formula just to cash in, and I don't know if I should blame Travis Barker for that or
or Machine Gun Kelly or
not.
both.
Yeah, and like Tickets to My Downfall, it was a fun, like great album, but well, great, I don't know, but like the album was, it was enjoyable, but I just don't know, did he want to make like fun pop punk songs, or was he just like, here's the formula, na 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 na, and then like puts it out and then does
He's
a
got another
gazillion
one coming out
features.
next week, so we'll see if he re-ups that formula.
Yeah, and I don't want to be a hater, but like it's just what I wonder. And that's not to say I don't enjoy the songs. Like I enjoyed the Avril Lavigne songs, like despite um my wife hating on her super hard. but but yeah, it's just, I don't know. It's something to think about sometimes. Um I listened to the MGK Bring Me the Horizon song you sent me.
It was
Uh,
interesting. I'm not sure
yeah,
how I feel about it yet.
yeah, I
I was like,
felt
okay,
kind
this
of
is a song.
indifferent, and then the screams came in, and I was like, "Oh, this is sweet."
There we
And then
go.
the screams went away, and I felt indifferent again.
And
Yeah,
that band's been all over the map
yeah.
since like they first started out.
They're from like England, or am I
Yep.
mixing them up with?
I think they're from, is it Sheffield? Sheffield, England, maybe? I want to say.
Yeah,
maybe.
sure.
I don't know.
You could
Somewhere
have
over
you
there.
could have said anything
Yeah.
there, and I probably would have agreed. But that sounds pretty good.
'Cause I had a
Um,
big Bring Me the Horizon phase in college. I still like them now, but I don't listen to them nearly as much as I did back then.
yeah, that's yeah. Bands come in and out, but it's
'Cause,
cool they're still doing it.
I mean, they've kind of they've adapted, unlike some screamo bands from that era have. I feel like
Yeah,
and they've kind of grown with the times, where others kind of faded out because they never really found what to do next.
yeah. I kind of put Story of the Year into that, and it makes me sad because I like them so much. But
I know I feel sad.
I feel like they kept doing the same album, and then eventually are like, all right, maybe we should stop.
They had some great ones though.
Oh yeah, I mean, they never put out an album I didn't like, but I think they did like kind of
Look,
they
their
couldn't figure
newest
out
one
what to
was
do,
meh.
which maybe I
Like
don't
when they
even know that one.
when they got back together, didn't they
Let's
put one out?
let's see.
Doing our
Wolves.
research live.
Yeah. Well, we don't have a producer. This is oh, they put out a single in 2021,
Oh,
but
they are still around.
they have the cover of like Sidewalks kind of on the single. So I don't know what to make of that. Of Page Avenue, I mean. I don't know.
Was it for? Oh, it was Wolves that came out
Wolves
2017.
20. Yeah, I don't think I listened to this.
I remember Page Avenue was good, and the way the termination was great. Black
Uh,
Swan I liked a lot.
yeah,
I don't remember the Constant.
The Constant had some I'm Alive, To the Burial.
Oh, I'm Alive is a great song. Now I remember.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. The looking at these songs, I don't remember too many of them.
From Wolves or for Constant?
Constant.
Wolves I definitely don't remember. I remember wasn't that great, and I never went back to it.
Ah. Well, they tried. They tried to get back together. It happens. It happens.
Give 'em credit for trying.
Yeah. Um, let's see. What do you want to talk about next? Where should we go from here? We can
Had a couple interesting news items this week.
yeah. What have you been seeing?
I know we were texting yesterday, but about the potential reunion of the Gaslight Anthem,
Oh yes.
which should
Yes.
be very, very interesting to see where that goes. Whether it's just a reunion tour, or if they actually go back in studio.
I hope they go back in studio. I saw Brian Fallon announced 3 shows at Crossroads today, maybe.
Are those the ones he canceled because of COVID?
Oh, maybe. I didn't know
He was
that
supposed
that
to have like
happened.
a winter tour, and I think he ended up canceling some shows.
Yeah, there was 3 July, like 16, 17, 18, somewhere over there. I've never seen him solo.
No,
But
Gaslight a couple times. We're great live, but
yeah, they just have something about them that just like feels special when you're seeing them. I didn't even know a ton of their songs very well when I saw them, and it was an amazing show.
I'm excited for them to get back together. I
Yeah.
feel like if they do like announce they're going to put out a new album, I feel like we can get into Get Heard a little bit, because that was the album that pretty much divided the fan base, and also eventually caused them to break up pretty much.
Oh wow.
I mean, I still like it, but it's a very different Gaslight album, because it was
Yeah.
like he wrote it as he was getting divorced. So like I don't see why people expected him to write a happy-go-lucky Gaslight Anthem album.
Yeah, I mean they're gonna write what they know and what they're going through.
Exactly.
It's just I'd rather that and it be a topic I don't love than just like them like faking it.
And there were still good songs on there, but there were ones like that were really just like slow and on the darker side, and they were weird live when they were coming after like the 59 sound and stuff.
Oh yeah, they didn't mesh well with everything else.
No,
Maybe
I
it
remember
was
they
him
toured with
like
Jimmy Eat World for that album, and the set list just kept going like from ultimate highs back down to like lows. Like they
oh,
couldn't find a good balance. It was like a really weird set, and they played the Art Center too, so I felt like they were like in Guam when you're sitting on the lawn.
yeah. Yeah, you're way out there.
which is
Maybe that
weird for
was him.
Gaslight It.
He was just getting ready for his solo stuff. Maybe he knew he wanted to go that direction. Realized it's worked better alone than with the whole band.
I think they all wanted a little break from that.
Yeah. I mean, when was that?
2014. I think album came out in 2014, so I think they broke up like 2015. But then they got back together for like 59 Sound anniversary. Put on a great show
yeah.
at the Pony Summer Stage. Played like a whole weekend there,
Oh,
which was
man.
amazing.
They're Jersey guys, right?
They are
Nice. Nice.
Red Bank guys.
Oh, cool. South Jersey guys. Wow.
Central.
Central
is real.
We're gonna get attacked for that one. No, we went to school in Central, or did we?
Born and raised in Central.
There's a beach.
If you look at a map, Monmouth is right in the middle of the state.
You got a
So-
beach, you're south. That's how my brain works. You
Central.
white, you better. Did you see Spanish Love Songs announced a tour? I think they're playing, was it Crossroads or Stone Pony? Let's see. Oh, House
I
of
didn't see that.
House of Independence.
Ooh, when's
Ano-
that?
Another one I haven't been to that I should have been to.
Oh, we saw. Didn't we see Wonder Years there?
Oh, I guess I have been there. That
Was
was
Wonder
with,
Years in Tiny Moving Parts,
yeah.
right?
Oh shit, I forgot all about that. Okay, I have been to House of Independence.
That was like
Um,
5 years ago, though.
May 17th is when they're playing.
Interesting.
Yeah. They remind me a lot of the Messengers.
Oh, I love Spanish love songs.
Yeah. Yeah, I had their latest album on today. It's pretty dark content wise.
Good lyrics, but just very heavy
Yeah.
and dark.
I was like cooking dinner, drinking a beer. I'm like, listen to the words. I don't know if this is it right now. This is more like a rainy Tuesday.
That became like the COVID soundtrack because it came out like a month before everything shut down. And then it ended up like pretty much summing up that whole year in a nutshell.
Yeah. That's perfect.
Unintentionally, but it did.
Yeah. Yeah, that year that we're still in, right? It's still 2019 right now.
Right? Still 2020. I'm just glad concerts are back though, because we it's hard to forget, but we did go like a full year with no shows, which is odd for both of us.
Yeah. My bank account was happy.
Yes,
but
that was true.
but I was sad.
But now we're making up for lost time, so it's
Yeah.
sad
that-
bank account. now.
That's how I've been justifying everything. Like when we paid like close to 200 to see Tool, and
yeah.
I was like, well, we went over a year without shows, so I'm still like at a net positive.
And we went like 13 years with no Tool music,
Yeah,
so we don't know if they're ever gonna play again. So there's that too.
yeah, they've become like a guaranteed to see at this point. They're so good. It's such a good show.
And he said, "I'll see you again soon." So hopefully that's true.
Didn't play any of the stuff I would have expected, but
No,
The Grudge.
I
was
should
really
correct
cool.
myself. They didn't play any of the hits from the older albums. They played a lot of B-sides
Yeah,
from the older
yeah,
albums. And
Yeah.
Opiate, which was, I guess, because that's like 30 years old now. So they played that song.
Jesus. Album's as old as us. All right, so you want to jump into some Blink talk and see what happened to Tom and where he's at?
Yeah, I think I'm ready for some Blink talk. Or
Where are you, Tom?
there we go.
We'll see how that came through.
If not, we got Anchor.
that's right. We can fix it in post. There's been a lot of we'll say flirting going on between the boys on Instagram.
I think we all know what's going to happen, though. They're laying it on us pretty thick. So
I hope it does happen. All it takes is a nice near-death experience, and then they get back together.
the shame it has to come to that.
It really is. if they break up again, we could just pretend Tom got abducted by aliens and then drop back down.
It's a
God,
new Tom.
it's a new Tom. It's a new Tom. I yeah, they are laying it on pretty thick. I saw a post yesterday on Tom's Instagram. It was four, or excuse me, three nice we'll say ladies behinds on the beach, and he said the caption was me Mark and Travis back in the day before recording our album. I love it. I love it. I love that they're friends. Even if they're not getting back together, it makes me happy to see them being friends. But
And if they do get back together, I think you're someone who can confirm that they won't get a lazy, unmotivated Tom on stage like the last reunion after you saw him this year or this
oh my
past
God.
year, right?
Yeah, he was that was that was awesome when I saw him with Angels and Airwaves. He was not, I don't know, he was a little drunk, but he was really into it. And I wonder, I was gonna ask you, if they get back together, do you see like another California type album, or do you see another like neighborhoods? Like I don't know if Tom's settling for California album.
I don't know. I feel like with like Mark has kind of been all over the map with like features. So I feel like he might be open to some new ideas, even though like a lot of the California and what was the other one? Was it
I can't think of
the
it. That's
Rainbow
why I
album?
just
I'm
keep
blanking on it.
referencing California. Oh, 10.
Nine? What's it called? Not 10.
Oh,
10?
9.
9?
No,
9.
10's Pearl Jam.
10's Pearl Jam.
9. Yeah,
9 was great too, though. So,
yeah, they were good.
but
They were good albums. I liked 9 was good. I liked California more than I wanted to admit. But I feel like Tom wants to experiment more. Like I don't know if he's gonna be happy with just the verse, chorus, verse, na 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 bridge. Travis goes crazy and then wrap it up.
it'll be interesting to see how they mesh together. Because Travis does have a sound now, as you can hear with like every single artist he's working with.
The whole new Blink album is going to be features of artists under 21 who may
Machine
or may
Gun
not
Kelly,
rap.
Willow.
Kenny Hoopla, is he Travis's guy? I like
He
him.
is. Yep. I like Kenny Hoopla.
He can be on the album. Avril Lavigne can be on the album.
She might be on there.
Travis should just put out like one of those like old school like hip hop mixtapes, but it's just like all his people, just random like collaborations. That's what I want. And I want in the middle of the songs Travis to just like yell stuff. Although I don't
Has
know
he
if,
yelled stuff
I
before?
don't know if I've ever heard Travis.
I was gonna say I've
speak.
never heard him like, especially on stage.
All right. Well, then maybe you could get Tom to yell stuff. That might be more fitting.
Tom used to yell a lot back in the day, not so much on the reunion tour like 10 years ago, but
No, they didn't let him. Anytime he tried to talk, they would just start playing a song. It was
might have been for the better at
contentious.
that point.
Yeah, they weren't having fun. And
No.
you can tell when a band's not having fun. It like the energy goes out to the crowd, at least.
And I think
That's
like they
what I-
recorded Neighborhoods like not together. Like they were all over the place. Like they were just sending recordings in, if I remember
Oh,
correctly.
yeah. Yeah, I remember reading that when they were sharing info on the breakup.
Which is why it sounds like many different records
Yeah.
folded into one.
Although I have to admit, I've gone back to Neighborhoods and I like it.
There's some really
Yeah.
good songs on there. I still think it's
Yeah.
front loaded, but as a
Yeah.
whole, it's still good.
Yeah.
Not their
I
best, but it's
agree.
good.
Up to like Wishing Well. And then
Right? Yep, that's the cutoff point.
yeah. Yeah, I think it was a good Blink album in the sense that they were trying different stuff without, going too off the rails. Because I'm sure if it was up to Tom, there'd be like 10 minutes of just like ambient noise before the
Oh,
song
I'm sure.
starts.
Snake Charmer was good on that one.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and then that went into Hearts All Gone interlude, which is just like I love when they do those interludes. What was the one on self-titled? The Fallen interlude. It's just like them
Like the woman
jamming.
reading.
No. There's one where it's like down, 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 pick me up, I'm falling.
Oh
And
yeah,
Travis is like,
there's like a piano.
yeah, it's just like a weird, like kind of spacey jam that you don't expect out of Blink, but it was.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here.
Oh boy.
Is self-titled their best album?
Um, yes. Is it my favorite? Probably also yes. Now that I think about it, but I think as far as Blink albums go, self-titled is like a very good balance of um, good lyrics, good instrumentals, and it just flows really well. Yeah, I think they found like if they could have kept it on that. Although did Neighborhoods come out right after that? Not right after, but like there wasn't one between.
I think they kind of broke up a little bit after that. 'Cause
Oh
didn't
yeah,
like Tom went off and did Boxcar Racer. Mark did plus 44 with Travis.
yeah, the first breakup.
The first breakup. Yep.
Yeah, then they got back together and did was it the Weezer Taking Back Sunday tour?
I think so. So when they put out the greatest hits album,
Yeah,
right?
because there was one
Oh,
tour they did with Mike Chem, I want to say.
oh
It all
no, that
kind of
was
plays
neighborhood. That's
together.
around neighborhoods. I think
Oh, okay.
that was
Yeah,
a good show.
there were two PNC shows that are like black memories. I don't remember anything from those. We got after it pretty hard.
I think
Uh,
one of them was like Manchester Orchestra opened, unless that was
oh
the same
yeah,
Mike Chem show.
it could have been that one. We yeah.
It happens.
It happens when you're on the lawn at a Blink show. Anything can happen. Or just on the lawn in general at PNC is always an adventure.
Let's hope we get some more Blink shows soon with that original lineup.
Yeah, and then I guess Skiba will just go do his own thing. No hard feelings.
Imagine they keep him in the band. There's just like four of them now.
No, I can't imagine that.
Yeah. You have two rhythm guitarists instead of like one lead guitarist and one rhythm guitarist.
Two rhythm guitars. That's what I think more bands need is just two rhythms, no lead.
No one
Travis
leads.
is the lead guitar on drums. His drumming is enough to just cover lead guitar responsibilities.
Machine Gun Kelly is the lead guitarist.
Oh no. Come on, don't make me say mean things about Machine Gun Kelly. It's too easy. He's a fine artist. That,
Is a layup there.
that's my stance. That's my stance on MGK. He's a fine artist.
He's fine.
So you were telling me we got new Weezer coming.
We do. I think that's going to be probably our main segment next week is breaking down the first of 4 new EPs from Weezer this year, which are calling Seasons or SZNS, I think.
Oh, Rivers. So edgy.
And they're dropping each one on the first day of spring, first day of summer, first day of fall, and first day of
Interesting.
winter. And they're all going to be different themes based on that
Huh.
season.
And then I guess those will all come together to like be the album. I guess sort of, or just
I
4
think,
EPs.
yeah, if each one's like 4 songs, yeah, like a,
because they're gonna get lumped together in the end. But
yeah.
I like it. Weezer, Weezer's like probably the most opinionated fan base in the world. Like,
Weezer Discourse. I can't get enough of Weezer Discourse. Like there's just so much you could touch on, and so many people have strong opinions about them.
yeah, it's a lot of passionate fans. You could just be in the pink and blue camp, and everything else is trashed. No,
a lot of fans like that.
yeah, I don't think that's a fair take. But those are definitely my favorite.
They do have some
albums.
duds in there, but
Duds in pink and blue.
No, I mean in their discography.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna say duds on the first two albums. I
No, no, no.
cannot think of a dud. Yeah, well, they're all over the place, but I kind of respect what he does because he's really good at making pop songs. Like Weezer has a summer hit like every single year, even if like they're not necessarily our thing. Like Rivers set out to make good, catchy songs, and he does it for better or for worse. I don't know.
But
I think it's
because
impressive.
it's all Pinkerton's fault.
It's quite the well. Pinkerton wasn't the debut. Blue was the debut, then Pinkerton, which is just
And it
crazy. And
got shit on.
yeah, yeah. There's some crazy like Rolling Stone like gave it like 1 star, and like everyone just shit on it. And now it's up on a pedestal, rightfully so. I love that album.
I do too.
Uh,
But
they
it's pretty
toured
much
that a few years ago, I think, and those tickets were impossible.
no, because everyone wants to go to that one.
Yeah, yeah. They either toured Pinkerton or they were just playing like stupid small venues. Either way, I couldn't find tickets.
That art center show you went to was so much fun. Like right after White Album came out.
Yeah, yeah. That was a while ago now. That was just a great like middle of the summer like drive over, hang out, drink some beers, sing along nonstop. I love how they do medleys live because they just have so many hits
And they
that
can't play the
yeah,
ball.
yeah, they have to just like string together like the verse of like Island in the Sun and then go into Beverly Hills and then there's just too many. Just too many. I wonder
But
what
that's why
these
I'm
seasons
curious
are
to
gonna be.
see how these sound. Because I did like both the albums they put out last year.
Yeah. I didn't really listen to them too much. Well, they had the Van Weezer album,
And
which
I'm a
was pretty
sucker for
cool.
like that kind of like rock and metal. So it was like right up my alley.
Yeah. I mean they nailed it. Mistook some of those songs for Van Halen. Like they'd just be like on in the background. Like I don't recognize this song. It sounds like Van Halen. And then
There was
oh,
some finger tapping going on in that one.
it's Van Weezer. What was the other one they did? They've just been like naming their albums after colors, right? Lately.
I think they changed it last
Oh,
year
it
when
was
they put out these two.
Okay Human.
Okay, Human is very good, very different, but like you said, just great pop songs.
Oh, I remember this one. Oh, there was one. Was it Playing My Piano or Grapes of Wrath? There was a couple on here that were just interesting ideas. He has so many songs. It's like, how do you keep coming up with ideas for songs?
And they had Black Album, which I remember not liking. Might have to revisit that one though. Just remember being very, very poppy. Like I like some pop, but this was like too much.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It was High as a Kite, I think was one of the singles. It's just
Can't
like,
knock the hustle.
yeah. Yeah, usually with Weezer albums these days, I'll listen once or twice and I don't really wind up going back. Pacific Daydream, that had some all right songs. Feels like summer was all over the radio. So what do you think if they're doing seasonal EPs? It would be safe to say like winter will be more like melancholy.
Yep,
Summer
that's the
probably
plan.
summer would be like upbeat. So what happens with spring and fall? Just like lesser degrees. What do you think we're getting next week?
I feel like he explained this. Now I have to find what he said. So he kind of gave a preview that kind of broke down what each one was. But
Hmm,
you're right about when I remember Winter. He said it was going to be like a Elliott Smith, like almost.
interesting. Yeah, winter you gotta go like sad and slow.
I'm looking it up now.
Summer they're great at making summer songs. I said that before. So spring, I feel like it would be in the same kind of vein, that like upbeat stuff, but maybe a little slower. Like I don't know. Do you trust Rivers? Is the question.
That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah,
So you never know what he's going to put out.
you really don't.
very hit or miss, unfortunately, as of late.
Yeah. When you put out that much music, it's you're either putting out too much of the same, which upsets your fans, or you're changing too much, which upsets your fans. It's it's a very fine line. Very fine line.
All right, I got the quote here.
We got it.
All right, so he said the spring release is kind of like Happy Chill.
Happy chill.
Fall is going to be like The Strokes.
Okay.
Winter, sad acoustic.
Understandable.
And like you said, summer was,
Bangers.
well, they just know how to do summer music. So
just bangers. Now, here's the real question. We won't know till summer comes out, but will one of the summer songs contain the word summer in the title or in the chorus?
ooh,
Yeah. Maybe we should make a bingo card.
I feel like it's like even odds for either one of those.
He's got to reference summer. I feel like he does it pretty often.
Feels
Well,
like summer.
Yeah, I don't know.
Just puts that back on there.
He's like, what? It's a new song. We played it in a different key. It's different. Yeah, we should make some predictions on what we think these albums will contain, whether it be references or certain phrases or nostalgia songs. Like Winter might have a song about bands that he used to listen to. He kind of likes doing that.
I wonder if winter is going to be like almost Pinkerton-y, dare I say.
That'd be cool. Acoustic and just like spill your guts. I don't know.
I'd be okay with
Wow.
that.
Oh, I'd definitely be okay with it. I just wonder, if you're successful and happy. I guess you could still who's you could be successful and happy and still have some things to open up about.
This is true.
I'm sure.
I'm curious what
Yeah.
Happy Chill Spring is going to sound like, though.
Happy chill spring. Well, by this time next week, we'll know. When's it coming out?
Comes out Sunday because Sunday is the first day of spring.
Oh, all right. All right. So next episode, we'll get into new Weezer.
I mean, may or may not have a guest.
Yeah, yeah. First guest on the pod. Get hyped. If anyone wants to send in any questions, topic ideas, voice memos, we could play a voicemail. You could send your stuff to genadmissionpod@gmail.com. And yeah, we'd love to hear from you. To anyone who is here listening to the first episode, thank you so much. And we'll see you next time.
Take care, everyone.
Peace.